So I've got John Schreiner here, famous wine blogger and wine writer for magazines and publications, and probably, in my view, the most comprehensive look at our industry. He literally goes to all corners of where BC's wine is made and talks to the people who are making it. John, I want to just ask you about the awards that we've just been in, the Vancouver Wine Festival Awards. I see all these young sommeliers, the awards and grants they're giving out for people to learn about their skills in wine. How important do you think something like this to developing a true wine culture in our country?
I think it's so obvious how important it is, but I've been at these awards for a number of years, and for example, the Wine List Awards. There were Wine Lists awards that got bronze medal this year that used to be golds. The standard has gone way up, and that's partly to do with the sommeliers who were pushing it, and obviously to the restaurant owners who were putting the money into it, and I think partly due to the British Columbia wineries who are giving a lot of these restaurants great wines to put on a wine list. It's I remember judging Wine List Awards probably 20 years ago. Oh, this is night and day.
Yeah. Your blog spot, John Schreiner, the writing that you do, I'm always amazed that every a couple times a month I'll open up a story that you've written about a completely new winery that's just kind of putting its roots down. How do you find some of these some often young families that are sort of starting out with wineries, and do you ever give them any advice when you get a chance to kind of get to know them?
Most of them are smart enough to realize that free advice is worth what you pay for it.
Right.
How do I find these people? First, the government has a list on the website which they update about every 2 months, and so I look at that. But that doesn't have any contacts on it. No, it has the addresses, but no phone numbers, no names of principals. So then I start digging around, and I talk to all of the neighboring wineries in that area and say, who's the new guy? Until I eventually track down the name and then do an interview. It takes a fair amount of detective work. I've got 2 or 3 that I'm working on at the moment.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's amazing, all these new wineries that are sort of sprouting up, and I'm hoping we'll start to see them in some of the more emerging regions as well. That now that we've made some progress on the appellation sub-GIs and geographic indications.
Yeah,
so.
There's a second one going to open in the Lillooet region.
Oh, fantastic!
This spring.
Okay, looking forward to hearing more about that.
And I wouldn't be surprised that there's going to be, because Fort Barron's presence has generated the planting of vineyards, and I think some of these vineyards will eventually graduate into wineries of their own, and especially Lillooet could use a bit of critical mass.
Yeah, absolutely.
One winery's Fort Barron's does a great job, but one winery is not enough to bring a lot of wine tourists there.
Well, thanks a lot, John, and I look forward to seeing you out on the tasting room floor today.
Excellent.
For the, the 42nd?
41st.
41st Annual Vancouver Wine Festival.